What's good, everybody? I am super hyped to talk about Toxicroak. It's one of my personal favorite Pokemon, probably in my top, I don't know, 20 or 30. I got a plushie sitting on my desk. But before I can get into these really much needed buffs, if I'm being frank, because Toxicroak was pretty damn weak for no reason. I mean, he's a really cool fucking Pokemon. I don't know why they made him so weak, but he's so slow and is like not even that strong. But anyways, before I can get into that, make sure that you check out the description down below. If you are new here and you happen to click on this, there is a link to the very same Google Sheet that I use in all my videos, and you can check out all of the really cool Pokemon buffs and changes for yourself. And most importantly, right here on this bottom tab, you can go to search all moves here, and you can and should be looking at all these what these moves do now, and all of the changes there, because there are 130 plus custom new moves, as well as the fact that every other move is basically completely brand new or changed. So yeah, with that being said though, Toxicroak, super sick. And lastly, before I get into the changes, while this loads, I'll say to please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'll be super handy for me, and I'd really appreciate it. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, without further ado, we got Toxicroak. Really awesome buffs here. So they do retain the ability Dry Skin, which is very situational, but it's still pretty good in those situations because you do have access to infinite use ability capsules. So you have like your main ability, which is your main offensive ability, and then you have Dry Skin, which is a more defensive ability that you can use to get on the field for free, because Toxicroak lacks a lot of defensive utility. Doesn't even resist. It doesn't even 4 times resist bug anymore. It's only a 2 times resist now, thanks to the bug type buffs. So in general, it's pretty damn frail, especially with all the high power levels. So having that freedom to switch into a water move for free, I just used the word free twice, is very handy for him. So for certain situations in this ROM hack, you will be using that ability. Also if you're running a rain team or something, you can run like rain boosted liquidation or something with the Dry Skin, or substitute focus punch, whatever it may be. Okay, or bulk up, substitute, drain punch, whatever. Dry Skin. You got all kinds of fun stuff going on there. Not to mention the weather rocks do last for 6 turns now instead of 3, so that's awesome. But main actual star of the show here, also I should change these font sizes. I think those are off. Yeah, it should be like 25 or something. But yeah, I fucking love these changes. He's a lot stronger and faster. If you do look at Toxicroak's in-game model, especially his 3D model, he's like bouncing around all fast and shit. Honestly, I could have gone faster with him, but I think 118 is still very fair. If you do check out the speed tier guide, you'll see where he stacks up currently. He's in a great spot. Awesome speed tier. Not to mention you do have priority of all kinds. You have Sucker Punch, Ruthless boosted first impression, Sludge Shot, Vacuum Wave, Mach Punch, and Poison Guard. So you have all kinds of priority to teach. Especially the TMs are nice to have whenever you need it. But you are already naturally pretty fast, so you don't need it, to be honest. It's just a situational type thing you might tack on there. But yeah, you have the ability Ruthless. Okay, what Ruthless does, it's Sniper. If you are new here and you don't know what this does by now, but you probably do already if you have checked out the move sheet, or the Google sheet in general, or if you have seen my other videos, you definitely know what this does by now. It's incredibly powerful with 121 base attack. He has access to Stab, Cross Chop, and Stab, Cross Poison, as well as coverage moves like Night Slash, Laceration, and X Scissor, all of which will always crit when he holds a Scope Lens and be boosted by 50%. So they go from 70 to 105 with the crit, and then 157 because of Ruthless. So they're essentially 158 base power moves. Of course, though, you do have to hold that Scope Lens, so you can't hold a different boosting item. And there is only one Scope Lens in the game, maybe another Razor Claw, so you get 2 Ruthless Pokemon at once. Unless you're using like 100% crit moves, which are pretty common because you do have first impression, as well as something like finishing blow, which you get later on, which gives you +3 attack if you knock out the opponent. That's about almost 80 base power, which is really strong, especially because you're super fast. And then lastly, you have Wicked Blow and Stone Edge, both of which are 180 base power, and they don't require you to hold a Scope Lens. So those are much stronger because you can hold a boosting item or any type of other item, Focus Sash, whatever else it may be, for that specific boss fight, and take advantage of that right there. That's super fun. Ruthless is very self-explanatory. I think it fits very logically looking at his design, and he's got those giant claw things on his hands. Toxicroak's fucking cool, man. I really like this Pokemon. I wish he was this good in the real games, because he is so underwhelming. Like, he's not. Why does he have 85 speed? Like, the 106 attack, like, it's vanilla, I get it. Like, not everything could be 120 attack, but 85 speed is so slow. I don't know who the fuck gave him 85 speed. It's always bothered me. But regardless, and he can still use mixed, by the way. Mixed sets are still viable. Not like your first choice, because Ruthless, is a more physical ability. There's only a few special moves for Ruthless, and he gets none of them. But, you can always use like Nasty Plot plus Dry Skin, Substitute. You got a good special move pool, pretty cool coverage. Muddy Water, Mud Bomb are strong, and you have like powerful stab moves and other cool stuff. So, special is definitely viable, especially if you've got like if you got like a plus special attack nature, you know, like a rash or mild nature, you could totally take advantage of a special set for one boss fight or every once in a while, because you do have access to infinite EV training. So not only can you switch your abilities at will, you can also swap around your EVs whenever you need to in this hack. So that's all really fun and awesome. I was gonna say fun in games for some reason, but yeah. And lastly, Krogunk does have Prankster, which is a very flavorful, fitting ability for Krogunk. Again, also mostly because Rootless is useless as a pre-evolution, because all of the crit moves are later in the game. So there's no point to give him Ruthless anyways, and it doesn't really fit that much anyways. I like Prankster. That's great for utility for early in the game. You know, up until level 30, you can use Prankster moves like Confide, which is essentially special tickle, special attack and special defense, and then you have actual tickle, and then you have stuff like Toxic, Venom, Drench, Rehydrate, which is essentially water type recover. Although you are really frail, you can still take advantage of that with stat dropping moves. You have Prankster Parting Shot, Prankster Taunt, you know, all kinds of little fun things you can use. Prankster T-Spikes, you know, fun things you can do there. Even just substitute or setup or something. You really got a lot of Scary Faces buff that gives -2 speed, -1 attack. You know, even just Prankster Toxic is great for totems and stuff. Mostly you're using Prankster for totems for the most part, although Dry Skin's already inherently situational, so you can honestly just run Prankster most of the time until you need Dry Skin. Not that Dry Skin is bad, it's a great ability. Being completely immune to water on such a bulky Pokemon with such powerful moves running around is definitely worth it. So yeah, that's really awesome. That's really about all I have to say for Toxicroak. He's just great. He's got all types of great coverage of moves aside from the Ruthless moves as well, as you can see here. You should check out what all those do in the description down below. And yeah, that's really about it. He's also he's got that unique type combo, Poison Fighting. Obviously, Sneasler and stuff has that in the new games, but in this game, every type combo is used at least once. And of course, Toxicroak is unique in that Poison Fighting typing. It's an awesome offensive combo. I love Toxicroak, so cool. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed these types of changes and buffs. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you subscribe. I'll say that again. And most importantly, make sure you check out the description below for a link to my Discord server and, of course, the Google Sheets. So yeah, thank you for your time, and I'll be back for more Sinnoh Pokemon.